Bloomberg Audio Studios.
Podcasts, radio, news.
Tom, it's great to have you here back at Bloomberg.
So good to be with you. It's back to the future a bit.
Tom, it's worth reminding everybody a little bit about your relationship with the president-elect. Joe just told us, and he's absolutely right, of course, that you were chairman of the inauguration back in 2016. You were, of course, then President Trump's biggest fundraiser at the time. You and he go back more than 40 years. It gives you unique insights into the man, and more importantly, what Trump 2.0 is going to be like. One of the things that people want to know most is how Trump 2.0 is going to be different from Trump 1.0. Tell us.
So first of all, the insight into the man going back 40 years is, I've learned one thing: trust his instincts. And I think what the country now has decided is that all the rhetoric, all the confusion, all the drama around how it may be presented, this is not only one of the greatest political athletes that we've ever seen, he's just one of the greatest athletes. But the question, I think, on what 2.0 is it's going to be hopeful, phenomenal, and much better, I think, than even the other side, in fear of what might be coming, will accept. Why? Because think about it, in 2016, we were together. We were having this conversation. You have a man who's one of the best builder, developers, financiers in the world, a reality talk show host for 13 years on The Apprentice, zero political experience, zero Washington experience, right? In those, if you had to go out of the 212 area code in those days, it was a flurry. Comes to Washington, putting a team together, right? We all thought we were putting the best team together. You had to find resources to do it. People were apprehensive of doing it. And just finding your way around D.C. was not...
So is the point that he's no longer a rookie in the job and he knows what he's doing?
Well, not only is he not a rookie, he did a great job. And if you think of what happened, we went from a Muslim ban to no ISIS. We go to a great economy in the world. We have no problems with Mexico at the time. Immigration is under control. Healthcare, security, housing, all of those things seem to be better. 4 years then of being attacked physically, legally, socially, and reflecting on all of the other things. So in that reflection of 4 years, got him ready to say, if I have the opportunity and the stewardship to have another 4 years and really create my legacy, I now know how to do it. And I know what the people are that I need, and I know the wiring of the plumbing in the system.
So let's talk for a moment about the instincts. So few of the president-elect's nominees for cabinet positions, not all, of course, but so few, I would say, have the resume traditionally needed to achieve high office. Why? Tom, help us understand, why is he choosing people with such limited experience and limited, on a relative basis, qualifications?
I don't know that limited qualifications, right? Qualifications.
On a relative basis, if you look at the resumes of the people who got those jobs in the last administration, in the first Trump administration, and administrations going back decades, they were, quote unquote, more qualified.
Well, more qualified of being in the system. What the American people just said to Donald Trump is, we believe you, we understand you, we are not supporting the system. It's not working for us. It's not working in housing. It's not working in Medicare. It's not working with our children. We can't say God in school. We don't want our boys to become girls or our girls to become boys. That's out of the system. So I disagree. The qualifications for the system, for the bureaucracy, right? When we talk about the deep state.
Or the establishment.
Yeah, well, and the establishment is not bad, right? These people are not bad. It's not corrupt. It's corroded. So to come in with a new frame of mind, with a new set of people who have integrity, have commitment, have dedication, who understand a different program, is what you need to move the cheese. You need to break the system. You need to move the cheese.
You need to break the system.
Absolutely.
I mean, and you're saying that. It's important to hear you say that, because you're not, I know this, we've known each other long enough, you're not a burn it down kind of a guy.
Absolutely.
Right? You found ways to succeed inside the system. Trump, in many ways, has succeeded in spite of the system. And now he kind of wants to burn it down. Is burning it down, in principle, is the risks that you take in burning it down, the risks that you take with the rule of law, the risks that you take with civil rights, the risks that you take with military competence, the risks that you take with financial markets, are they worth it? Are they worth the prize that potentially is there at the end of the day when you've burnt it down?
Absolutely, and he's not burning it down, and the price is freedom in America, right? I mean, that's what we're looking for, is the American dream to be reinstated. So if you look at how he's doing it, it's analog to digital, right? We have a federal government that is not corrupt. The Justice Department itself, we all talk about that as kind of the mainstay of the focus of these atrocities that have happened. Steve Bannon in jail, 27 of his associates indicted. What they've done to him time in and time out, in my opinion, is not because Merrick Garland is corrupt or Lisa Monaco is corrupt or the civil servants, the 94 U.S. attorneys that are there. They're not corrupt, they're corroded. The system doesn't work. You have to change the system. And the only way you can change the system is from the bottom and from the top. And yes, he's going to do it. His appointments absolutely understand the program. Congress now is on side. But by the way, Congress is not so easy, right? I mean, if you're a senator in Congress, you don't want your fiefdoms to be totally taken away from you with someone else's decision. So his artfulness in dealing with Congress will be better. But these people are first-class choices. Tulsi Gabbard, Bobby Kennedy just now.
You make it sound so reasonable. But even some Republicans look at a nomination of a Matt Gaetz, say, and think to themselves, WTF, what is Trump doing? Is that a serious nomination, or is that sort of a joke or perhaps a maneuver of some sort?
Look, obviously, I can't speak for the president, but I can tell you it's not a joke. So what is he doing? He's disintermediating everything. We've lived in 10 years of disintermediation of everything that we've known, right? Every company that was AAA 10 years ago is almost non-existent today. So it's the same thing. A Matt Gaetz, his pick of a Matt Gaetz going into something like the Justice Department, right? When you think of the thousands of GS-12s, GS-11s, GS-10s, lawyers, FBI agents, it has to have some chilling effect. His qualifications...
Some chilling effect?
Well, he's not there yet. His qualifications will be vetted by the Senate. Do you want somebody out of the system that's been a critique of the system when the people in America are saying, this system's not working for us? None of it is working for us. So put somebody in who agrees the system isn't working. He can't move it individually.
Surely Matt Gaetz is not the only person who thinks the system isn't working. There are a lot of people to choose from.
Yes, there are. And Matt was a loyalist. He took on heavy-duty fire in the midst of a lot of controversial things. And the president knows what he's doing. I think we should just give him a chance. Trust his instincts. This man has been thinking about all of this for 4 years. He had 4 years of unbelievable experience. He's going to do the right thing for all of us. And it's not retribution. It's not divisiveness. In his mind, his legacy is the most important thing to him at the time. Promises made, promises kept along that road.
Promises made, promises kept. Tom, I think back to a conversation that you and I had in 2021. And it was, for very unpleasant reasons for you, an untimely conversation, but it was timely in the sense that it gave you a chance to reflect on where you'd been with the president in his first term. And one thing you told me is that you didn't want to be part of a campaign built on divisiveness if President Trump wanted to take a second run at the White House. This was a campaign built on divisiveness. How did you get over that?
Well, the reason that I entered into it is I had been a subject of a 9-count indictment by the Eastern District.
Although you didn't know it at the time. You didn't know that was coming when we spoke. It was just before.
No, but I wasn't involved in the campaign at that time. So I had done my service for him, for the country. I was honored. I couldn't believe that, a Lebanese financial lawyer like myself could ever work for the President of the United States. And then it starts. And I look at that experience of saying, fine, if you fly at 40,000 feet, it's not I'm being targeted, but I'm not being targeted out of corruption. I'm being targeted because the political will of the other side is saying, we need to mobilize our political agenda. Now, fortunately, I had the resources to be capable of mounting a defense. So what my whole experience was is the system works, right? The system works. I had a 1.5-year experience. I had a 2-month trial. This judge and the jury in one day, a full acquittal. The average person doesn't do that. So in the Justice Department, and I'm getting to why Trump has gone through this in spades. Nobody knows what it does to your life. This man can suffer, absorb more pain than any human being I have ever seen. What it does to lives, what it's done to the lives of all the people around, Roger Stone, Paul Manafort, Steve Bannon, everybody, they've all been attacked. So for me coming back and saying, I was honored to be a part of it, I went through this system, and I admire the system. And I don't have anger, revenge, even at the people who brought those charges against me. I understand what they're doing. But it's got to be fixed. It has to end. It has to end not prosecuting Democrats, not prosecuting the existing prosecutors, not prosecuting the political people who were there before. We have to say, hey, time out. This isn't Venezuela. We need a new system.
Okay. Yes or no? That's all I'm going to ask. Should Donald Trump, as one of his first acts as president, pardon anybody who might otherwise be prosecuted for the same reasons on the Democratic side?
That's up to the president. It's
yes
way
or no?
It's way outside of.
All right, Tom. It's been wonderful having you here. Thank you so very much. Great to see you, Tom Barrack, the founder of Colony Capital.